It's Wednesday. It is officially the 1st of August. Figured I'd make this video and give you guys a little bit of an update of what's going on. I've made an update video for what? Right around 2 weeks, give or take. For the last 2 weeks I've been busy. I've been packing for my trip that I announced to these guys before that I was going to be doing. And to be honest with you, one of the reasons why I haven't been making a video is I've been a little bit under the weather. Yeah, I got severe allergies. It's the season. And I think I got a little bit of a summer cold during the time, so I figured, you know, let's put off the videos. I can make a video later on. So here we go. As far as the trip goes, I'm planning on leaving out of here on the 13th, hitting an airplane, going to my destination, which these guys will find out whenever I get there. Like I stated on my last video, this trip is actually a first for me. We're doing a lot of first time doing things. One of them is actually flying in an airplane. And the rest you will see whenever I get there. I think it's gonna be a fun trip. I think these guys will like the videos that I'll be making while I'm on the trip. Whenever I can get to a place to post them, be able to send them up to online, I will get them up as soon as I can. I won't be doing any fancy producing because, of course, I'm not taking my laptop with me. I'll be using somebody else's laptop. It won't have all of the tools that I have on my laptop set up. So I'll be basically doing just a basically shoot and post. Which, I mean, that'll be all be good. That'll be all be good. Figured I'd start giving a little bit more of advice to any newcomers that would wants to come into doing vlogging or motor vlogging or anything like that. As far as a newcomer, if you're just doing a basic vlog to start with, if you can get like a webcam just to do your face on, that'll work. Anything that'll get you on and get you going will work. And webcams, I mean, you can get off and get a webcam a lot of places for as low as $4 sometimes. And I mean, they don't give you the best video, but I mean, they get you going, and it's a start. And that's a good place to start. Myself, whenever I first started doing motor vlogs, I went out and purchased a $20 as a jazz camera. I've had it on my previous videos. You can look at them and you'll see it. It didn't take good video. It wasn't HD, which, I mean, if that's all you have, that works. But the audio on it really was bad, and that's why whenever my very first videos that I had with that camera, I only did one, I used a MP3 player that recorded my voice, and it worked, but it was difficult to line and sync up with that. And a lot of vloggers do that. If you decide you want to do it, go ahead and try it. I mean, at least you're up there. At least you're doing. At least you're learning to see if you like it. I mean, my thought on it is, don't spend the mega money for the really good cameras until you know you like it. My second camera, which I actually liked, but yet it was a cheaper camera. Another motor vlogger was nice enough to send it to me, and it was a little Chinese MD-80, which I have in my previous videos. You can see if you want to go back in them. How I mounted at my helmet on the side. For the quality of the camera, how big it was, it gave out pretty decent video. It wasn't like an HD or anything, but for the price, it was good. I mean, you could buy them online for as low as $10. Now shipping and handling, that will get you, because I mean, probably a double in price than that. But for under $20, it was a decent camera. Now my camera after that happened to be what I'm using right now, which is a Sony Bloggie. Is it the best camera? No. The angle on it is not wide like the GoPros and stuff like that, but on the other hand, you're not spending the money like the GoPro. You can, if you're not motor vlogging, you can always get a wide angle lens and that would help out with it, but you're still not getting the quality of video. But the Sony Bloggie has a really good audio. And with my voice tone, for some reason, it overpowers the microphones a lot of times. And the Sony Bloggie does a fantastic job with that. But the biggest thing to remember, if you're going to motor vlog, I don't care what kind of camera you use, I mean, you can use the best camera. The main thing is to use this tool right here. Because if you don't ride smart, you're going to have an accident. While you're making the videos, if you pay attention to more what you're saying and not what you're riding into, what's all around you, something's going to happen. And that is where I say, even when you're videoing, ride smart and protect this. I know a lot of the laws. Pennsylvania, for instance, after the first year of you getting your motor vlog, your Class M endorsement on your license, you could choose not to wear a helmet. Myself, I choose to wear a helmet. I choose to protect my head. I believe in all the gear all the time. Thought, do I have all the better gear? No. I'm still building my gear up. But I try to ride within the limits to protect myself. No matter how much I try, I know they're out. I mean, face it, cars are out there. They don't see you. Well, it's not that they don't see you. They don't acknowledge that you're there. In their mind, you're not there. So you ride it like you're invisible. Be safe. That is the main thing. The best cameras in the world, yeah, you're making nice videos and everything. But someday, that may be your last video. We don't want that. We are a community in my eyes that we really enjoy watching videos. We enjoy hearing your thoughts. A lot of people say, well, this video, I don't want to put it like this video, but your next one, you might have said something that I was interested in. So, I mean, myself, I have a pair of gloves for riding that really protect. It has the hard knuckles and everything. I had one of my previous videos from last year. They weren't expensive, but they weren't the best gloves. But they do the job for what I want to do right now. My helmet, I didn't spend a lot of money on it. I think I paid like $50 for it on Amazon.com. Is it the best helmet? No, not at all. It was a beginner's helmet. To be honest with you, if I knew back then what I know now, I would probably gotten a lighter helmet. Mine's got a black base onto it. And you see them in the other videos I have. It does the job. Will I be upgrading? Definitely. Definitely, I'll be upgrading. Not this year. I have too much things going on in my life, so not quite this year. What else? I mean, that is just a few hints that I have. As I come across my other videos, I'll throw in more hints just to help you guys out. And I mean, I love to see new motor vloggers. I like to see even new, just regular vloggers. I like to hear what they think. I like to know what their area is like, who they are. I mean, to me, it's very interesting. I just love that stuff. Even if you just have some nice countryside that nobody's ever seen before or even if they did, if you have a different angle on it, I mean, it really spruces up your videos. Once you get your cameras out, or while you're getting upgrading cameras, as far as software, and that's something I haven't touched on yet. If you're using Microsoft, machine, you could start with just a standard Windows Movie Maker, and it works well just to get you started. I mean, it does. We're not paying anything except for the what you already paid for, the operating system. It's a decent little program. That's what I started on. I was upgraded to. There's one I can't remember quite. It was pretty powerful, but it wasn't common. Then I went up to Magix. I currently use Magix 17 Pro. I have that on my machine, and it does a really good job. And I do tend to go flip-flop between 3 different programs to do my editing. But I normally work between Magix and Sony Vegas right now to do my work. I have a critter somewhere. Anyway, between those two programs, that's where I do most of my editing. Now, if I'm going to do a more complex editing, I will go between the 3 of them. There's what I can't remember what the third one is. I know I think it's Power Director. But I mean, these are high end. They're not cheap programs. I mean, the Sony Magic. I mean, the Sony Vegas. I believe it was like $400 to $500 program. I was lucky enough. I knew somebody that had gotten it, and they decided they weren't wanting it, and it came with the machine. So I got away. I got that for nothing. Now the Magics, you can buy the newer versions. Mine's I got it cheap because it was an older version, but you can get them for I think about $40 to $60, in that range. But if you don't want to spend that kind of money, use your Windows Movie Maker. I mean, it works. It doesn't do the more complex things, but it gets the video up. It gets it looking nice. Just a little bit of advice. That was a little bit of advice on that. Hitting software. Now, a little bit on the. I covered the trip, covered the software, gave you a little bit of advice. And like I said, as I find out, remember more advice I can give you guys. And should I really be giving you this advice? To be honest with you, I've only been at this for it's going on I believe 3 years, 2-3 years. I'm still new. I'm still feeling my way as I'm going. But if I can give you advice that I've found out, I've came across, I'm more than happy to try to help somebody that is just starting. When there's guys out there that have been doing this for a long time, they have a whole array of equipment, and that's another thing. Just because you upgrade to one camera, newer, a little bit better camera, don't get rid of that old camera unless it doesn't work. Don't get rid of it. Whenever you're doing videos, even if you're out and about, it's always good to have a backup camera. You never know when the battery might fail on you, the camera might just fail on you. That way you have something at least you can show what you're doing and make a good video on it. Always have a backup. Myself, I was a little bit foolish whenever I got this camera. I had the MD-80. I gave it away to somebody that wanted to make videos, which is, I'm always out to willing to help somebody. So right now I do not have a backup camera, but that will be changing. Like for an example, my equipment that I'm using right now. I'm not using my tripod that I talked about in the last video, because I got that packed away. So it's all packed up, ready to go on the plane. This I'm using just a setup that I made. I really don't have any money invested on this because, well, the music stand I bought for my kids whenever they were in school. They were into music, band and stuff, and they lost the top on it somewhere. And the piece that's holding the camera, that was part of a field scope that I had whenever I was hunting. It's all stuff I put together. I mean, you don't have to spend a lot of money just to have fun and get up there and show your face or show your voice. And some guys don't even like people don't even like to show their face and have a ride because they're mainly just a motor vlogger. That's cool too. Whatever you decide. A little bit of info up on me for my basically like a life update. As I stated on my other previous videos, I do have a hip replacement and I've got titanium in my left hip. This is from an accident I had whenever, that would be 23 years ago. Now my hip replacement's 20 years old this year. And my doctor, whenever I had it put in, gave me an estimate of lifespan for it between 15 and 20 years. Just had a checkup on it with x-rays and stuff, and they said it's still in good shape. I should be going on. I might be able to need a hip replacement next year or 2 or 3. For now, it's doing me fine. It does have a little bit of a catch every now and then in it, but it's nothing to worry about. It's just natural wear and tear. Went in for a checkup today. Everything is on the go for the trip. And the only thing that came up was I've been having lower pain to my back off and on, and it's nothing serious. It's just something in my family, it's common to have lower back. In fact, my dad had to have his back fused because his lower disc, the disc in his back was basically gone. He had his back fused in, that way it didn't bother him. And that's common in my family. And I'd like to keep an eye on that to make sure. If I can prevent that happening, I will. But my lower back, I found out that doctor had a suspicion that last year that I might have started having arthritis in it. But arthritis is not a big deal. You can live with arthritis as long as it doesn't get to a very severe degree. But last year they couldn't get it on x-rays, but he had suspicion with what's going on with me that I had coming. And it's confirmed this year that I do have arthritis in my lower back. It's in the low to moderate stages, he said. But hey, I'm good. I'm good. Everything's cool. We're ready for the trip. This might be the last video before the trip. I know it's right now. Like I said, I'm leaving on the 13th. I have 12 days, and with life going on, I got a lot of basically a lot of work to basically get caught up on and go forward on as far as my personal life. Like, I got 2 properties I take care of. I take care of my own property, plus I take care of my mother's property after my dad passed away 6 years ago. And I gotta get caught up on that and get further ahead. That way, whenever I come home, I'm not ambushed. All this stuff. So I'm gonna try and do that. I hope you guys are. I know this is a little bit long video. I hope you guys are having a good day. And I hope you guys have a good couple of weeks too. And I hope you enjoyed this video. This is going to be fantastic. This trip for me is going to be fantastic. I'm really, really excited for it. And I'm really hoping that I get some good video for you guys. I'm really like stoked on this. Big change is happening. Big change is happening. And this is MuzzleMike signing out.